how traditional do you see the church in the future?
Well, of course, we have to determine what we mean by traditional. If we mean the church that I knew as a child, somewhat, a little bit, maybe. But if we mean a church, unlike the church that I've known most of my life, that is in complete and constant touch with its tradition, not just with the 50s, not just with the Middle Ages, not just with the Baroque era, not just with the Western Rite or just with the Eastern Rites, but with all of it. Intimately connected. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Yeah. Liturgies that reflect and express the church's teachings as opposed to concealing them or trivializing them. Yeah, definitely. There'll be some painful stuff to go through before then, not least of which will be the dying off of the current generation of church leadership.
Mm-hmm.
And what will follow in its wake will be a very unpleasant scrub, I think. But in the immortal words of Dr. Van Helsing, that great theologian, you remember Dr. Van Helsing?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah. That great theologian.
Yeah, the great theologian.
Yeah. We must pass through dark waters before we reach the sweet. And that I think is true. Things in the immediate will get a bit worse, especially as the elderly and senile in charge wreck as much as they can on their way out. I'm going to break it all up, everything! Then they will have younger supporters. But they will not win, and they will not last. Because they can't build, they can't produce. Their mindset has given us the empty convents and the empty parishes and the empty schools that even now they insist are signs of success. How senile do you have to be? You know? But to all of them, in whatever capacity they may be, prelate, priest, involved layperson, religious sister, religious brother, I have one special message for you from the time when you were alive. The times they are changing. Depend on it.
But why are they changing?
They're changing because more and more young people are discovering the truths and traditions of the faith as the only reason for staying Catholic. You see, Benedict XVI says, our current teaching of universalism and all that not only removes any reason for evangelization,
mm-hmm.
it removes any reason for staying Catholic.
Mm-hmm.
And not simply because he said it, but in a natural, instinctive way, those young people who are keeping the faith, for the most part, are saying, yeah, that's right.
Okay, yeah. There's so many of us that want a return to tradition. Several of my friends, what they want is an abolishment of the Novus Ordo. What would you say to that?
Well, I would say Ratsa Ruck.
Ratsa Ruck?
Yes.
Scooby-Doo, lots of luck?
Ratsa Ruck.
Oh, okay.
It's a Japanese phrase.
Uh-huh. But is that something to pray for?
I wouldn't pray for it. What I would pray for is the Novus Ordo's transformation into the mirror image of the Tridentine Mass. A lot like that.
So you're saying in real life perhaps it's going to transition into the Trinity. Yeah, that's...
I think so. Because, again, remove for a minute an elderly leadership who will punish you if you remind them of the bad old times that they escaped, little hands flailing.
Mm-hmm.
All right, pretend that they don't exist. All right. Every Novus Ordo saying young priest I know who has said it eastward facing has gone on about the benefits, has been amazed, didn't understand it could be like this.
Mm-hmm.
Every priest I know in a parish with 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 nationalities thinks, what can I do to where we can all just have one midnight mass at Christmas and one vigil mass at Easter?
Yeah.
I mean, some of these are the result of faith. Some of them are purely, what's the word I want? Pragmatic.
Yeah.
But you've got to remember that the way we had things arose in response to human need.
Right.
They will return because they are connected to human nature and a human supernature. The problem is that the people that try to reinvent the faith did so out of their own little imaginings or their own little brains that were culturally, part of that little period in which they lived back then. But as I've said many times before, you fight reality, reality will always win. A good example of this, by way of a parable, you might say, I don't want to say where it was, but it was Assumption Abbey in North Dakota. And when the conciliar changes were brought into the Mass, the abbot of the time, well, he was very advanced, and all this, his little hands flailing. And he said, I know, we'll get rid of that nasty old bit of cardboard we used to put on top of the chalice.
I know, yeah, okay.
Well, he did that. And after 2 or 3 mouthfuls of flies, he went back to the old system. Now, the brother who told me this, I said, if I'd been you, brother, I would have said, oh, no, my Lord Abbot, no! You are so smart and right, you just keep swallowing them flies. But I'm afraid that cathartic as that would have been for me, it would have been terrible for his career. And that's the thing, you see, ladies and gentlemen. These people are still living in a world of their own, as the Seekers tell us we all should do.
There's a lot of people living in a world of their own right now, I can tell you that.
Gosh. Well, our New Age friends like to say, create your own reality. I don't mind that so much. It's when people start creating mine, I get annoyed.
I love that. Yep.
It kind of pisses me off, really.
Yeah.